Hi guys, Ian here, and this is the KZ ZA12. It's a multi-driver IEM with 2 dynamic drivers and 4 balance armatures, and the retail price for this is 54 US dollars. If you're interested to find out more, do check out the unaffiliated link down in the description below. So I've been testing this for about 2 weeks now, and must say I'm kind of impressed with this IEM. So I'm here to share with you guys my thoughts and opinions about this KZ ZA12. So let's begin first with the accessories and the specifications. So this is the retail box that comes in, very typical of KZ. At the back here there are some specifications, so let me go through that. Frequency range is 20 to 40,000 Hertz. Impedance is 45 ohms, pretty hard to drive. Sensitivity is 103, which is not very sensitive. So for this IEM, you need a little bit of power to push your music out and open up the IEM. Now inside the box you'll get a warranty card, some ear tips, actually 1 pair of foam tips and 3 pairs of silicone star tips. And you get a cable. So this is the typical KZ cable, terminated with 3.5 headphone jack, Y split, okay, and ear hooks, the standard stuff. Cable, nothing to shout out about, okay, and the IEM itself. So it's terminated with a 2-pin on the IEM itself also. Now the design and build quality of this is also pretty typical of KZ. I've seen many designs that is something similar to this, but I would say the build quality is alright. It's pretty good, reasonable enough for the price point. Faceplate is actually quite, well, I would say it's pretty nice if you look at that. Okay, the inner shell is made of PVC though, it's not resin. Okay, and is, well, fully 3D printed, I would say. And you can see the dynamic drivers. The 10mm is at the back here, and the 8mm dynamic driver is somewhere near the nozzle, and the balance armatures and the crossovers are somewhere on the top here. I'm not too sure if you guys can see, but it's somewhere in there. The workmanship is pretty alright, and if you look at it, the gluing and the overall neatness of the inner shell is actually pretty nice. Okay, now let's talk about the fit and comfort for these. Now the nozzle is a little bit too huge for me, a bit too long, and the IEM itself is also a bit too chunky for me, and it's not really ergonomic, so it doesn't go into my ear entirely. So it's not really a perfect fit for me, and at times I need to readjust the IEM to get my seal back. Alright, so in terms of the overall fit and comfort, I would say it's alright. It doesn't give me any pain, and it does give me a seal if I were to insert it properly. Now the seal, I would say, is pretty good. There's not much leakage if I get that seal. Alright, so overall a pretty alright fit and comfort and seal. Now in terms of sound, let's talk about the sound first. The drivability, and these are not easy to drive, so you need a dedicated amplifier or portable amplifier to push and open up this IEM. It's 45 ohms, not easy to drive, and even on my player, my portable player, I need to pump up the volume and increase the gain just to open up these IEM. So pretty hard to drive. So I would say match it with DACs or amplifiers that are pretty neutral sounding. So you have those kind of DAPs or players or DACs, it will match well with this ZA12. Alright, now let's talk about the overall technical performance of these, and I'm very impressed with the technical performance of this ZA12. Overall resolution is very clear, very clean sound, and overall very resolute as well. So very impressed with the sound quality that this produce. Soundstage is pretty natural sounding. It's not a big soundstage, but it's very naturally laid out as well. Imaging is quite precise. Detail retrieved on this is also quite accurate, and overall I would say it's a very good contender for IEMs that are $300 and above. Right, so very nice performance from these ZA12. Now let's talk about this tone and timbre. Tone and timbre for this is a bit balanced, but it's got a bit of a neutral bass. I'll show you the graph later, but when I listen to this, is quite neutral sounding, but at the same time, it's a little bit warm and carries a little bit of note weight. It's not entirely lean, but overall a pretty acceptable bass for me. As you guys know, I like more of a neutral bass. So this does give me that neutral bass. Alright, so let's take a look at the sound signature. I'll post my graph somewhere up here. And as you can see, the sub bass is very lean. It dips down at the beginning and it rolls off, but not entirely. It's not a very sharp roll off. So in terms of the rumble, I would say the rumble is still there when required, but it's a very shy rumble and it's very light rumble as well. The presence is not there unless that track does, give you that sub bass and that rumble. But even if it's there, it's a very shy rumble, pretty light as well. So don't expect this to give you a very warm and heavy note when it comes to the sub bass and the rumble. In terms of the mid bass is actually pretty alright. It's a very fast mid bass. The punch is quite impactful, and I would say it's pretty present as well for the mid bass. So low rumble with high impact, I would say this is actually a very good combination. A lot of people actually like these as well, especially if you're listening to those slow rock whereby you get that kick drum and that snare hit. That sounds really good, especially without the rumble. Now, in terms of the low mids and the mids, I would say the mids is actually very nice. It's not elevated, but it's actually very clear. It's very resolute as well, and the sound separation is also really good. Overall, I would say mids, they are still a little bit recessed, but I would say male vocals, they sound really good. Female vocals also sounds really good on this. It's not forward. It's just that, the bass, especially the sub bass, is recessed. So you can actually feel that the mids are forward, but it's not really. But overall, I would say the mids is actually pretty nicely tuned. Now let's talk about the pinna gain and the transition to the treble. I would say pinna gain is actually quite intense. It's very spicy, and I would say overall pretty harsh. Yeah, it's pretty harsh in terms of the pinna gain. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm on the fence. Depends on the track that I'm listening to. But overall, it's a pretty harsh type of gain, and it may be quite fatiguing depending on what song you listen to. So if you listen to a lot of metal music, this might be a bit harsh on certain tracks. But the good thing is that after it reaches the upper mids, it tends to trail off a little bit. So it's in terms of the presence and the brightness, it's still bright, but it's not glaring. Alright, it's not glaring to me. At the same time, it spikes back up at the brilliance area, which is the upper treble, and this actually makes the treble a little bit more airy. It gives it a bit more room to trail off, and I would say the trail off is actually quite natural after that spike. Okay, so that's the graph of the KZ ZA12. And who is this IEM for? I would say this is actually pretty balanced sounding. It's still a pretty balanced sounding. The quirks of this tuning is actually the sub bass and the pinna gain, and both to me they are very subtle. For me, I like the bass. I like the sub bass. It's very attuned to my kind of taste. But it's just the pinna gain is a little bit on the spicier side for me, and that's just about it. But if you're listening to jazz, classical, it suits this really well. But for those like heavy rock and roll, EDM, trance, techno listeners, then you might need to EQ this IEM a little bit in order to suit your preference. But other than that, I mean, this is pretty balanced tuning with a recessed sub bass. Alright, so that's my overall thoughts and opinions about this KZ ZA12. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.